सब्सक्राइब करें तेजेंद्र इंग्लिश स्कूल चैनल को और उस बेल आइकन को दबाएं हमारे लेटेस्ट वीडियो लेक्चर सबसे पहले पाने के लिए।
Hello everyone and welcome back once again. This time I am here with the second part of chapter number 4 of grade 5 EVS NCERT textbook, that is Mangoes Down There. Students, as in the first part of this chapter we discuss about the different methods of food preservation, and we also discuss about that how can you check the expiry and the manufacturing date of any food item. Now students, in this part we will learn to make a very delicious food item, that is Mummy di Tandra. So let's moving further towards the chapter. Now students, as you can see here the heading, summer treat Mummy di Tandra. So let's read it. Chitti Babu and Chinna Babu live in Atreyapuram town in Andhra Pradesh. The brothers spend the summer holidays playing in the mango garden when the trees are full of fruits. They also like to eat ripe mangoes with salt and chili powder. Students, as you can see here, the second part of your chapter number 4 starts with two children named Chitti Babu and Chinna Babu, and both are brothers and they live in a town named Atreyapuram of Andhra Pradesh. And students, during their summer holidays, both the brothers is spending their holidays by playing in the mango gardens, and students, they usually like to play in the mango gardens when the trees are full of fruits. And both the brothers also like to eat raw mangoes with salt and chili powder. Now students, as you can see here an image. Now can you identify this? Yes students, it is the Mummy di Tandra, about whom we will discuss in this second part of your chapter number 4. Students, basically it is a food item that's usually made from ripe mangoes, and in normal language we know it as a aam papad. And students, Mummy di Tandra is the Malayalam word for aam papad. Means in Andhra Pradesh, aam papad is known as Mummy di Tandra. Now students, let's continue the story. At home, their mother cooks unripe mangoes in different ways. She also makes many kind of mango pickles. The pickles last through the year until the next mango season. One evening, while having food, Chinna Babu asked, Amma, we have so many mangoes. Make some Mummy di Tandra or aam papad from them. Now students, at home, their mother cooks unripe mangoes in different ways. Now here, you also have to ask your mother that what different methods your mother basically use to cook unripe mangoes at your home. Now students, Chitti Babu and Chinna Babu mother also make many kind of mango pickles so that they can enjoy the mango through the mango pickles until the next season. And students, once while they were having their food, Chinna Babu asked her mother that, Amma, we have so many mangoes, so why don't we make some Mummy di Tandra from them? Their father said, making Mummy di Tandra needs 4 weeks of hard work. If you both promise to help us every day for the next 4 weeks, we can together make the Mummy di Tandra. Both the brothers quickly agreed to help. The next day, both the children went to the market with their father. They bought a mat woven from the leaves of the palm trees, poles of casuarina tree, a string made of coconut husk, some jaggery and sugar. Now students, when Chinna Babu asked her mother that why don't we make Mummy di Tandra, then their father said that Mummy di Tandra needs 4 weeks hard work, and if both the brothers agreed to help their father, then they can together make the Mummy di Tandra. Students, after hearing all this, both the brothers quickly agreed to help their father, and the next day both the children went to the market with their father. And students, from the market. They bought a mat that is basically woven from a palm tree and 4 poles of casuarina tree and a string that is basically made up of coconut husk and some jaggery and sugar to make Mummy the Tandra. Amma found a sunny place in the backyard. Both the brothers made a high platform by using poles. They spread out and tied the mat on that platform. The next day, Appa chose the most ripe mangoes. They took out the mango pulp into a large pot. Then they strained the pulp through a fine muslin cloth to remove the fibers from the pulp. Then Chitti Babu crushed the gur or jaggery till there were no lumps. Now students, after buying all the necessary materials, the next day their Amma found a sunny place in the backyard, and then both the brothers made a high platform by using poles, as you can see here in this figure. This is the platform here that is basically made above from the ground, and both the brother fixed casuarina poles over there, as here both the brother fixed the casuarina poles on the ground. Then they spread out the mat on that platform. Then the next day their Appa chose the most ripe mangoes from the garden. Then they peeled off the mangoes and then take out the mango pulp in a large pot. Then they squeeze out the pulp through a fine muslin cloth and remove the fibers from the pulp. Then Chitti Babu crushed the gur, means jaggery, into fine powder. Then they added the jaggery and sugar in equal amounts into the mango pulp. Chinna Babu mixed the jaggery and sugar well with a big spoon. Amma then spread this pulp into a thin layer over the mat. Then the thin layer was left to dry in the sun. In the evening, they covered the mat with a clean sari to avoid any dust. The next day, then again took out some mango pulp. They added jaggery and sugar into the pulp. Then they spread the pulp over the previous day's layer. This work was given to both the brothers. Both of them together spread many layers over it. For the next 4 weeks, they hoped that it would not rain. Now students, now the Chinna Babu mixed the fine jaggery powder and sugar into the pulp with a big spoon. Then their Amma spread this solution, means this pulp, into a thin layer over the mat that they prepared earlier day. Then this thin layer was left to dry in the sunlight, and during in the evening their mother covered the mat with a thin sari in order to avoid any dust. Now the next day they again took out some mango pulp and again added jaggery and sugar into the pulp, and then again spread the pulp over the previous day layer. And students, for the next 4 weeks this work was given to both the brothers, and both the brothers together spread many layers over it. And for the next 4 months, both the brothers hoped that it would not rain, as sunlight is necessary to make Mummy the Tandra. For 4 weeks, they added layer after layer until the jelly grew 4 centimeters thick and looked like a golden cake. After some days, Amma said, "The Mummy the Tandra is ready. We can take it out and cut into pieces tomorrow." The next day, the mat was brought down from the platform. Mummy the Tandra was cut into smaller pieces. The brother tasted it. It was tasty. Chinna Babu said, "Wow, how tasty. After all, we have also helped in making it." Now students, for the next 4 weeks, both the brothers added layer after layer until the jelly grew 4 centimeters thick, as you can see here, this much thick. And after some days, their Amma said, "Now the Mummy the Tandra is ready and we will take it out and cut it into smaller pieces the next day." Now students, the next day both the brothers brought the mat down as we discussed that they made a platform basically just few meters above from the ground. So the next day they brought the mat down from the platform. Then their mother cut the Mummy the Tandra into smaller pieces. Now both the brothers, means Chitti Babu and Chinna Babu, tasted it and they said that it was very tasty. And Chinna Babu said, "Wow, how tasty. After all, we also helped our parents in making it." Now students, it's a good opportunity for all of you. Now, as you know, this is also the season of mango and you can also try this recipe with your parents at your home. Now students, as you can see here are some questions related to this Mummy the Tandra recipe. Now you have to answer all these questions. So let's discuss. Question number 1. Why was sugar and jaggery mixed into the mango pulp and dried in the sun? Now students, can you answer that why both the brothers added sugar and jaggery into the mango pulp and why they dried it in the sun? Students, as we discussed, to make Mummy the Tandra, they add sugar and jaggery into the mango pulp and dried in the sun. Question number 2. Why did Appa first choose the most ripe mangoes to be used for making the Mummy the Tandra? Students, as we discussed in this story, that most ripe mangoes contain more juice and less fiber. That's why Appa first chose the most ripe mangoes to make the Mummy the Tandra. The question number 3 is, how did the brothers make the Mummy the Tandra? And write down the step by step what they did for this. Now students, here you have to answer that what are the different steps that the brothers took to make the Mummy the Tandra. Now students, as we discussed in this story, that firstly both the brothers bought the necessary items on the market that is basically must to make Mummy the Tandra, like mat made of palm leaves, string made of coconut husk, sugar, jaggery, casuarinas, poles, etc. Then by using mat and casuarina poles, they made a platform just behind the house in open sunlight. Next, they took out the mango juice from the ripe mangoes and then filtered through a fine cloth to remove all the fibers. Then they add sugar and jaggery into the pulp and then they poured the thin layer of juice on the mat by spreading it all over and left it to dry in open sunlight. Then during evening time, they covered the mat with a clean sari in order to prevent it from dust. And students, similarly in same way for the next 4 weeks, they did same thing again and again until to make a thick layer of pulp. And that's how they make Mummy the Tandra. Now students, the question number 4 is, make a list of all the different type of pickles that you know about and share with your friends. Now students, in this question, you have to list all the different type of pickles that you know or that you ate. You can also take help of your parents in this. And I have also written here that different type of pickles that I know. I am here in this question, I am talking about myself, that I know about the pickle of mango, lemon, mixed pickle, amla pickle. If you know more type of pickles, then you can add more on this answer. Question number 5. What things are made in your house from ripe and unripe mangoes? Now students, this answer is also depend on your house, that what your mother prepare from ripe and unripe mangoes. So in this question, you have to take help of your mother, that what she basically prepare from ripe and unripe mangoes. Now students, as you can see here are some more questions to discuss. So let's start. Is there any kind of pickle made in your house? What kind of pickle is it? Who makes it? From whom did they learn to make the pickle? Now students, here in this question, you have to answer that there is any kind of pickle in your house. What kind of pickle is it? And who makes it? Your mother made it, or you just bought from the market? Or if your mother made that pickle, then from whom your mother learned to make the pickle? You have to answer all these questions here. As I have written here the answer, according to me, that in my house basically we all like to eat the pickle of mangoes. So in my house, pickles and chutneys are all made from unripe mangoes. Even we also made mango shake from ripe mangoes. In the same way, you also have to answer these questions. Now students, the next question is, what all things are needed to make any one type of pickle in your house? How is the pickle made? Find out the recipe and write. Student, in this question, you have to answer that what are the basic ingredients that are needed to make any type of pickle in your house. And students, to know all the ingredients that are used in a pickle, you can take the help of your mother. Nextly, you have to ask your mother that how is the pickle made, and you also have to write down the recipe here. Now let's take an example of mango pickle. As you all know, we take an example of mango pickle. So the basic main ingredient of mango pickle is mango. So first of all, we need raw mangoes, turmeric powder, red chili powder, coriander powder, mustard seeds, aniseed, methi, kalonji, salt, oil, etc. Now students, these all are the basic ingredients that are used to make any kind of pickle. Now the process is, first of all, the unripe mangoes is cut into small pieces and then they washed. Then the small pieces of the raw mango sun dried for a day to remove the moisture from them. And why we do so? If the moisture remains there in raw mango, then the pickle that we are going to make will be affected by fungus. So that we have to dry the small pieces of raw mango for a day. After that, all the spices are mixed with raw mangoes. Then the mixture is put in glass or in a porcelain jar. And students, can you answer why we take only glass jar or porcelain jar? Because the raw mango is sour in taste, and if we use some metallic container for storing pickle, then the acid of the pickle react with the metallic container and form the poison. And another reason of using glass jar and porcelain jar is that they act as a good preservative and keep germs, bacteria and fungus away. That's why pickles are basically stored in glass jar or porcelain jar. And stress, after that, oil is poured so that the pickle mixture gets submerged in oil. Now students, can you answer me that why oil is used in pickle? Because it prevents the pickle from fungus. And after that, the jar is left in sunshine for about a week to prepare. And that's how we can make any type of pickle in our own house. Now students, as you can see here are some more dishes to discuss. So let's start. How are these things made in your house? Now students, you have to ask your mother that how she made these dishes in your house. First of all, papad. Students, as I written here, papad is basically made from the different kind of lentils, and it is also made from potatoes. And I hope you all consume different kinds of papad. For example, like urad papad is basically made by grinding the urad dal and mixing it with salt and other spices, and then a dough is then made from urad dal and salt and other spices. Then students, after preparing the dough, thin papad is rolled out from the dough and this is left in the sun for drying, and that's how the papad is made. In the same way, chutney is basically made from many things, but students, the chutney that we basically consume in our houses are made up of dhania and mirchi, and dhania and mirchi is the most important ingredient of chutney. So lots of coriander leaves and some green chili are ground in fine paste when we are going to make chutney, and then salt is added as per our taste, and that's how students our chutney is normally made, and we can eat it fresh as well as we can preserve it for some days. Now lastly, badiya. Students, badiya are basically made up from urad dal, and this urad grains basically soaked overnight in water, and then the next day the urad dal ground into a coarse paste. Coarse means in medium, not so fine, not so thick, and then salt and spices are added to this paste. Then the small lumps are made on a cloth and left to dry in the sun, and that's how the badiya is basically prepared. Now students, the next question is, it is a 2-day journey by train from Pune to Kolkata. If you were to go on this trip, what food items would you carry with you? How would you pack them? Make a list on the blackboard of all the packed food. What food would you eat first? Now students, in this question, you have to imagine that you are going on a 2-day journey by train from Pune to Kolkata. And students, as you all know, whenever we are on a journey, we always kept food items with ourselves. So here in this question, you have to answer that what food item basically would you carry with you and how would you pack them. You have to make a list here of all the food items that you will carry with yourself. As your answer is written here, that students, basically we will carry those items with ourselves that do not get spoiled easily and we will consume throughout our journey. So I will pack them in dry container and packets. Why we use dry container and packets? Because if there is any kind of moisture in the container or in the packet, then the food items that we are going to carry will be affected by germs easily, so that we have to take dry containers or packets. And we usually carry ourselves biscuits, chips, dry fruits, dry sweets, sattu means gram powder, curd, chivda means rice flakes, murmure means puffed rice, puri, dry sabji, etc. means all those food items that have no moisture or minimum moisture. And students, as all the food items are written over here, so first of all we will consume that food items that have some moisture in them. So here in this question, first of all I will finish puri and sabji, then we will move on towards other food items. Now students, as you can see here the heading, what we have learned means what we overall learned from this chapter. So question number 1 is, glass jar and bottles are dried well in the sun before filling them with pickles. Why is this done? Do you remember what happened to the bread in the experiment? Now students, as we already discussed, that we basically use glass jars and bottles to store pickles, and the glass jar or the bottles that we are going to use for storing pickles must be dried well in the sun. So why we do this? So your answer is, we use glass jar and bottles that are basically dried well in the sun in order to remove moisture from them. And students, do you remember that what happened to the bread in the experiment? If any moisture remain in the glass jar or in the bottle, then our pickle will be affected by germs, means fungus, and then it will not remain consumable so far. Now students, the next question is, to eat mangoes round the year, we make different items like pickles, aam papad, chutney, chikki, etc. List some other food with which we make different things so that we can enjoy it throughout the year. Students, as the name of your chapter suggests, mangoes round the year means how can we consume mangoes all through the years? And as you know that mangoes is not possible all through the years because it's a seasonal fruit. So we learn different method to consume mangoes throughout the year by making mango pickles, mango papad, mango chutney, mango chikki, etc. So students, in the same way, you have to list some other food with which we make different things and we can enjoy them throughout the year. So students, here are examples of some food that we can be enjoyed all throughout the year. First of all, pickles. And students, as you know, that we can make pickles from different things, and that's how we can consume different things throughout the year. Secondly, many vegetables like cauliflower are sun-dried for later use. And students, as you know that there are many things or many vegetables like cauliflower that are basically sun-dried in their season, and when they are not in their season, that we can consume them. Students, do you know that many vegetables like cauliflower are sun-dried for later use, and we basically sun-dried them when they are in season. So students, if we want to consume them when they are basically not available in the market, so we can sun-dry them and then we can use them. Thirdly, potato chips and the banana chips are made so that we can use them last longer. Next, students, murabba is prepared from white gourd or amla that we can consume all throughout the year. And lastly, peda, that is basically made from milk, and we can consume it and enjoy it throughout the year. So students, similarly, we can preserve different kind of food items by different methods and enjoy them throughout the year. So students, that's all about your chapter, and with this topic here,